All right, so for today's deep dive, we are tackling what might be the three most powerful words in all of philosophy.
It's a huge claim, but I think it holds up. We're talking about the grand equation from the Chandogya Upanishad.
Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. And this isn't some, vague metaphor. It's a statement of identity, and it's
Yeah.
so audacious.
It really is. And the whole teaching kicks off with this brilliant story about a kid named Shvetaketu.
Right, the arrogant student. I think we all know someone like this. He goes off to study for 12 years, memorizes all the sacred texts, the Vedas.
And he comes home, as the text says, swollen-headed, just completely convinced he knows everything there is to know.
But his father, the sage Uddalaka, is like, let's just say he's not impressed.
Not at all. And it's important to note, the Chandogya Upanishad itself comes from the Sama Veda, the Veda of melodies. It starts with ritual chanting, but then it just pivots hard
Pivots into what?
into the fundamental nature of reality itself. So Uddalaka looks at his son's pride and asks him this killer question. He says, did you ask for that one instruction?
By which the unheard becomes heard, the unthought becomes thought, and the unknown becomes known.
Exactly. And Shvetaketu, who knows all the books, is just stumped. He learned the content, but he never learned about the container, the source.
That question alone is just devastating, isn't it? It completely undermines the whole idea of book learning as wisdom. So where does Uddalaka even start with him?
He starts with something simple, an argument of substance, the clay in the pot.
Okay.
He says, look, if you understand a single lump of clay, then you understand everything that can possibly be made from it. A pot, a plate, a statue.
They're just modifications. They're just temporary things.
Precisely. Uddalaka calls them namarupa, just names and forms. The only thing that's actually true, the satyam, is the underlying clay.
Which he calls sat, pure existence. So the whole universe with its trillions of objects is just names and forms on top of one single substance.
And Shvetaketu, to his credit, asks the perfect modern question.
Okay, Dad, if this
Okay.
sat is everywhere, why can't I see it?
Right. And this leads to the next brilliant experiment. Salt in water.
I love this one.
He hasn't dissolved salt into a cup of water. And of course, the next morning, the salt is gone. It's invisible.
But then he tells him to taste it.
From the top, the middle, the bottom, and everywhere, it's salty. The lesson is that ultimate reality is anima. It's subtle. It pervades everything, even when your senses can't pick it up.
So after 9 of these analogies, each one hammering home this idea of a single, invisible, universal essence, Uddalaka finally brings it all together.
He points to that invisible essence, that universal clay, that all-pervading salt.
And he delivers the final blow. That is the truth. That is the self. And that you are Shvetaketu. Tat Tvam Asi.
I mean, just let that sink in. It is not poetry. He's not saying you're a part of the universe.
He's saying the consciousness looking out from behind your eyes right now.
This is the exact same consciousness that dreamed up the entire cosmos. There's no difference.
It's the ultimate ego killer. It's like the gold jewelry analogy. You can melt a ring and make a necklace. The name and form change.
But the gold never changes. You aren't the necklace. You are the gold.
Or the wave on the ocean. The wave thinks it's this separate thing with a beginning and an end.
Right, but its realization, its enlightenment, is knowing it was never, ever separate from the water. It was always just ocean.
So really, the key takeaway from the Chandogya Upanishad is that it offers a kind of shortcut, right? It says that all the memorization in the world is useless if you miss the one substance that connects it all.
Absolutely. And that leaves you with a final, really provocative thought. We spent our entire lives building up and defending our little pot, our ego, our body, our story.
We protect it fiercely.
We do. And Tat Tvam Asi is the philosophical hammer that smashes the pot. It reveals you're the clay all along. You don't need to find God or reach some higher plane.
You just have to wake up to what you already fundamentally are.
You are that.